Hello and welcome to 9design 3D. Today we will make this fantastic winter scene house. Let's go to the tutorial. First we will add a cube for our scene and after that you can scale and place it. And in Tab to Edit mode, we will add some loop cuts with Ctrl R for making some window holders and doors. You can add extra loop cut for the sides too. And you can scale in x-axis for this loop cut, making a white side. Choose some faces from your cube and after that choose individual origins, E to extrude, right click and Alt S to scale. You can in Tab to Edit mode apply all transform. After that press I to inset and E to extrude, right click and Alt S to scale again. Now you can set it up with the medium point again. Add a plane near of your cube and scale it. And E to extrude in y-axis. Now you can add extra loop cut for this. Choose side face and E to extrude it again. Make same thing for the other side. Now for this we will add a mirror modifier and after that choose a mirror object your cube and press axis Y2. For the middle of it we will add a door part. You can choose some faces and I to inset again. Choose outside face with Alt and E to extrude it. For inner faces I to inset and E to extrude. You can shift it to duplicate this and delete mirror modifier. Now you can give a shape how you want for your door. Again, if you want you can add some extra loop cuts for this. E to extrude side panels, scale and place it. Now let's make roof. For this we will choose these top edges and G to move them in Z-axis. Make same thing for the sides. You can give a shape and tidy up for your roof part. After you giving a shape, you can choose these top faces and after that shift it to duplicate it and P selection. Now that separated object, you can choose again individual origin. After that E to extrude, right click and Alt S to scale. In Tab to Edit mode, you can continue to scale in it. For the front part of your house, you can add some plane and scale it. After all of that, in Tab to Edit mode, E to extrude and give some shape for your sides. Add a cube for your scene and scale in Z-axis and place front of your house. Add a mirror modifier this too and choose your mirror object your house. Now let's add a plane for front bottom part of your house. You can scale and place it and match with your top part. As the same method, you can make same thing with E to extrude and scale it for wide bottom of your house. Choose all of them and press H to I. Go to Edit Preferences Add-ons and after that type Landscape. We will add some landscape in here. Shift A Mesh and choose Landscape from the left bottom menu. As you see, you can set some operates from here for your terrain. Which type you want, you can choose canyon, mountain or colorful hills. I will choose some cauliflower hills for this because I don't want too much bump. I want a bit smooth area. From the noise type, you can choose some hetero terrain. And you can scale and cover up all your scene. If you want, you can shift it to duplicate it for the back side of it. Alt H to unhide your house and you can place it where you want. For a little trick, for your terrain, in Tab to Edit mode, you can open your proportional edit. That shortcut is O. With this middle mouse button, you can set it up your size and move some vertices and place them where you want. For giving a bit natural shape around your house, you can use this method. For the front and side parts, I am shifted to duplicate it, and I will add some landscape too for mountain type outside of your winter house land. You can, as in Z-axis, and scale, cover up your sides. And I downloaded this bark texture from the 3dtextures.me. You can download and use it in your scene. This wood trunk wall, I downloaded it from the Polyhaven as a 2K, and this snow material from ambientcg.com. I will use them with easily because we are making some scene for this. First, I am adding in the world to sky texture for seeing my textures clearly. And after that, you can rotate and place it. For the woods, you can add your wood material. Go to Shading tab. Now you can press your Principal BSDF. Before this, go to Edit Preferences, Add-ons and type No Wrangler. We will use something on it. You can press Ctrl-Shift-T and choose your maps. After that, it will look like that. In Tab to Edit mode, you can choose All, U and Smart UV project for this. I am making this way. If you want, you can mapping scale down it and choose some faces from the sides. In UV Edit tab, you can rotate them and place it. I am using this method because I am making a scene in here. If you make your scene in the Blender and you will get some render from Blender, if you don't use this model parts in the games or other platforms, as other game engines maybe, you don't need to make unwrap professionally. I'm using only scene parts in here, so if you want to use this type in your games, you have to optimize your textures. Now I will add some bark and roots for my scene. I am adding a cylinder. You can add extra loop cuts again and give a natural shape for this. As the same method, I will add some material for my boots. With again pressing Ctrl-Shift-T, you can choose your bark material. I added snow lens material for the others, as the same method with the Ctrl-Shift-T and U to Smart UV project. Now, let's add some tree for our scene. As you see, under the curve sapling tree, you can open it in the Edit Preferences, Add-ons and Type Tree. I will use this left middle menu. You can set it up, your geometry and your shape under the load presets. I will make small pine for this, and under the branch splitting you can set it up your branch types, and under the leaves you can first show your leaves, and with the branch splitting you can increase your levels and if you want base splits. I added a tree for my scene and unhide my house. With my camera angle I am setting up my scene. And now I will add different type of the tree around my scene. I will use this random tree. If you want, you can use small maple. Under the leaves, I will add some leaves and increase my leaves count. Which shape you want, which type you want, trees you can fill up of your scene. This is your project. Please feel free yourself. I am G2 moving my other tree parts for the back. As you see, you can add same bark material in here too. You can add your leaf color as a white because it will be night scene and winter house scene. which shape you want, which type you want. You can add extra things from the Sketchfab if you want. I will show all of them. After fill up and cover up my scene, let's add some Christmas wreath and Christmas tree. I showed before how to model them. You can go from the top right card and you can model them in your scene and use this. I will append my files into my new project. After appending my tree, I am moving it and place it. With the colors, I will make it white. Under the render image, as you see, when you get render, it will look like that. And if you want, later you can change its place. With the appending as the same method to my wreath, I am moving it under the roof of my house and changing my other colors. When you get render, it will look like that. Go to Edit, Preferences, Add-ons and type Snow. This real snow is Blender's own add-on. Press N and from the side menu, as you see real snow in here, when you choose the object and after that press Add Snow, it will add some snow, cover up your mesh. I'm adding the same method, some snow parts, to my scene. If you want, you can choose your trees and add them too. For the second material as a glass, I am adding second material and assign it. From the Blender kit, you can search on it. It's really cool add-on. You can use it in here. I will download some architectural glass and drag and drop. If you want, you can add some point lights in of your house or adding some furniture in it or some curtains maybe. I'm adding my point lights in here. It will be effect for the outside like that. From the Sketchfab add-on, I downloaded this string lamp. I showed before how to use and download this Sketchfab add-ons. You can go from the top right card. Thanks for the owner, I will use this street lamp. I imported it to my scene. I'm not making any extra things. I scaled it and put near of my house. I will add a point lamp in it. And I am changing my point lamp's color and power. I am making a bit yellowish and shift it to duplicate your point lamp and street lamps. You can move it for the other side too. And it will look like that. As you see, a black sphere is in my scene. What is this? This is HDRI from the Milky Way. I downloaded it too from the Sketchfab add-on again. I used before in a project. As you see, it's really incredible. Thanks for the Alexander. I will use this. For the Milky Way view, it's look really fantastic. I love this type of fantastic scenes, so I made it like that. If you want, you can add some extra nebula or some clouds or stars for your scene. I made it with this type. Under the materials, as you see, you can set up your HDRI's emission strength. And you can add extra lights for your scene. When you get render image, it will look like that. After you edit in some image edit or video edit programs, you can change it up or you can add some particle system maybe. I showed before it too. You can check my other videos. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later in new tutorials.